Welcome everyone here at Lizzie's Rail under the cover of Taraka GWR Railways. And today we're going to look at Hornby R2098B, a very special tank engine, and that is the class 61XX, and it is a 262 wheel arrangement, and the loco number is number 6105, and that is in the Great Western Railways livery, and that is obviously in the green GWR color. Now looking at the box, obviously have the safety box feature, and unfortunately my description and my service pamphlet to the loco is packed away, so I cannot access it right now, so please forgive me for that. But at least I've got a box to take the loco out of, and immediately when we take the loco out we can actually feel it's got a nice weight to it. And then from, I think it was Kitmaster and then Airfix and to Hornby, this loco was built with a ring-filled motor. Unlike the new latest releases of Hornby, I'm not too sure what engines they're using and the Dapple ones, but I'm very happy to have this specific locomotive number 6105, and stick around and I'll tell you why exactly I chose this loco. Of all the Great Western nicely depicted out on the loco, and I must say sometimes the GWR on the loco looks nicer, but in this case I really do prefer having the Great Western spelled out completely on the loco. Just fills up that plate so nicely. And then if you look at just above the handrails by the cab entrance, you can see the letter D in blue, and that is obviously the shed it was assigned to, and I believe the letter D was for Didcot, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to confirm that. So the loco weighs about 330 grams, and I had to eat my jungle oats to pick this one up. So coming back to the finishes on the cab, we can also see the loco number nicely depicted, number 6105, at the back of the loco at the coal bank, and just behind the handrails, as we can see there. Now it's also very interesting to know that yes, there might be new tuning of this loco out by Hornby and other manufacturers, but I've already had this one, and why would I now want another loco like this? Nope, I'm quite happy with this, and I don't mind at all that it is a yesteryear model and that it is pre-loved. Not at all. I did pay about £75 for it at the time, and yes, it works like a dream. So for one of the earlier models of Hornby, the finishes are also great on this GWR tank. And yes, from the numbering on the sides to the details like the chimney and the copper finish at the top of the chimney really finishes it off nicely. And the whistles are metal, and there's some great riveting as well, and some other covers and tops and caps and things that you can see on the loco on the top. And there are no sprung buffers on this loco, but they are nicely finished after all. And then, like I said, for an older model, there's some great finishes on this loco, from the lettering down the sides to the numbering and the side of the tank, as well as the details like the chimney with the copper finish on top really rounds it off, and the whistles, I think it's made of metal, and there's some great and riveting and caps and covers on the loco there that was quite visible and nicely depicted with the handrails along the way. And as previously mentioned, there are no sprung buffers, but you can see the old type D-type style coupler that for Hornby that we have here, and there's also a hook on the red buffer beam, and the red buffer beam nicely painted out, and the number of the loco quite visible, number 6105 there. So we can also see the lampine finishes and all running up to the rolling plate of the loco. And then the smoke box, we have a pre-molded smoke box door handle and riveting down there nicely as well, and then the handrails, which are definitely separately fitted item. So looking at the cab finishes, we can also see the openings for the windows as well as the barred windows at the rear of the cab, and also the handrails on the cab is made of metal, and very nice finish there for the time of the build of this locomotive by Hornby. So at least the side or rear windows or the grill fitted windows, at least a attempt was made there to make it look original. But coming back to the cab, it is basically just space for the engine to fit in, and there's no special details inside this cab, which means that if you are a serious modeler and you would like to enjoy all the special details on the loco, that will be missed if you have this loco on your layout. But once again, for me, I'm really happy with this specific loco. So now looking at the rear of the loco. So again, just noting the grille, the windows at the rear here. That's a nice attempt from Hornby to keep it original. But glazed windows, as we said, would have been great on this cab, and I'm sure that will be done on the new tooled items. Anyways, so having the rear handles and the hook and the coupler that we can see, and then also the clear slots, and that is for the rear of the chassis and the body shell to connect and fit into place. So that is quite visible, which is not really so nice. And once again, if you are a extreme hobbyist, might not be the logo for you, but I'm very happy with this one. So again, the coupling rods nicely finished and axles blackened out, very nice. And I think this logo once again is dating back to 2019 or even prior to that. So I run this logo on the layout with the Paddington history of the loco in real life, and so in other words, I've got some Paddington coaches and some Paddington brake vans under the GWR. And let's have a look how the logo runs about the layout. And now it's time for the history on the GWR 6100 class. And without further ado, let's jump into it. The Great Western Railway 6100 class is a class of 262 tank side tank steam locomotives. The class was designed by Charles Collett and introduced in 1931. This was a straightforward development of the earlier 5101 class, and for that matter, the 1905 3100 class and 5100 class. The main difference from their predecessors was an increased boiler pressure of 225 psi with a constant increase in treative efficiency. There was a total of 70 built in the class and 2 batches in 1931 and up to 1933, and then also in 1935. They were frequently referred to by train spotters as the Tanner Oneers, being a reference to their 61XX numbering sequence using colloquial terms for sixpence and a penny. The class was specifically built for commuter services in the London area, where they replaced the aging 221 class and the services. They lasted to the end of steam on the western region of British Railways in 1965 and never straying from their home turf. Typical duties were Paddington to Aylesbury via High Wycombe and from the same terminus to Oxford, Windsor, Reading and Basingstoke. Arco Stokes trains. They were mainly shedded at Old Oak Common, Southall and Slough, Reading, Aylesbury throughout their lives, and the early 1960s, the advent of the first generation diesel multiple units made them semi-redundant, though generally far from worn out. The last few years saw them on more menial duties, and the logo we have here on the layout was built in 1931 and was part of the very first 30 that were produced. So the locos were numbered from 6100 to 6129. And a lot of photographs of history and credits to all the persons that supplied these photos on websites and all their rights. And as you can see the image here, the Great Western Railway 61 class 262 tank Large Prairie number 6105 arriving at the rural Whitney Manor station with the 6:25 p.m. Knoll and Dorridge to Birmingham Moore Street suburban passenger service on Tuesday 18th August 1959. Locomotive number 6105, the locomotive we have here on the layout today, was built in the month of May 1931 at Swindon Works as part of the lot of 269. So the loco we have here on the layout today, number 6105, was initially allocated to Slough Shed and was known to have been allocated there in January 1938 and prior to nationalisation in December of 1947. In the month of August 1950, locomotive number 6105, the loco we have here on the layout, was known to have been allocated to Reading Shed 81D, and reorganisation of the London suburban timetables in 1955 resulted in the deferral of 61 XX class locomotives being transferred to other divisions, but the introduction of the DMUs in the 1960s resulted in their mass withdrawal. So folks, the loco we have here on the layout today, number 6105, unfortunately was an early casualty, being withdrawn from Old Oak Common Shed 81A in March 1960, and credits to Robert Ferris for the image provided. So the reality is sad. In real life, so many of these locos did not survive into preservation, but one locomotive actually did, and that was number 6106, and that loco survived into preservation and is at Didcot Railway Centre today. And I don't know if it is in running condition, that I don't know, but it's great to know that one actually survived. And yes, not 6105 but 6106, but yeah, a great loco to have on the layout. And I really enjoy the steam era, and I really enjoy all your comments, and thumbs ups and likes and all those things that go with our videos, our YouTube creators. So if you do enjoy what you see, please don't hesitate to subscribe or to give any comment or to give that thumbs up. It costs nothing but a few seconds of your time. So I really appreciate that, and take care everyone. All my best regards, Elizabeth.